Hello, in this video I want to show you how I use the Creatsy mockups in Affinity. This is the Affinity version 3, it's the free version in the desktop, and Creatsy recently sent out an email with link to additional downloads for freebies, and I like this one very much. It's like a bathroom, they call it a small classic bathroom wallpaper mockup by Creatsy. So what I did is I just opened the file in Affinity v3, and I want to show you very quickly how you can use your mockups that are PSD file. I want to show you on this one. I like that it's small. I like that you can change so many of the different things you can change. If you look in the layers, let me make this just a little bit bigger so we can read everything. So here in the layers, you want to take a look at that. They have options for changing colors of the wall lamps. Let's see, it's just adding a little bit of color here. You have options for the hanging towel, which will change the color here. You have different colors for the towel hanger, the faucet, the soaps, even for the soaps. That's so cool. So I like this flexibility. I mean, you can make so many different mockups with one of these by just changing a few things. So today, let's just change the towels and let's change the wallpaper in the background. So let's find those specific layers and let's do that. So the first one showing up here is this hanging towel. So you can check here, look at it and see that there's a group. So the first thing you want to do is in that little caret, you can just expand it, or you can just kind of double click on the hanging towel, not the mask, the actual layer. If you double click on it, down here where it says, you have to open the caret, and then here where it says the design, the actual design, you can go ahead and double click on that specific layer. And then it opens up a new tab which is embedded, and it takes you here to a sample design. So I already have a fill layer here for a color, but I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing is you can go here to Pixel, new fill layer, and it's gonna fill it with whatever color I had. But let's change it to this orange. Actually, let's change it to this more neutral color. And then what I usually do is use Control S to save and close that, and you see that it already changed the color on the towel. Let's change these two towels down here. Let's find them in the layer. So the same process basically. Okay, here's design towel folded, design towel 1. So the same thing, click on the little caret to open these layers, and you want to go to the layer that says the actual design. Once you find that layer that says design, then you can just go ahead and double click on it. It opens a new window, and here you can either create another fill layer, or let's do something different. Let's go ahead and create a rectangle. Click on the rectangle to create a rectangle, and then select that rectangle, and let's go over to the gradient tool. When we go to the gradient tool, you can then here at the top in the contextual menu or the toolbar, you can see that the type is set to solid, so it's going to pick whatever color I already had. But I want to select bitmap, and let's pick one of our patterns here. I like, let's see, I like this fall touched pattern, so let's use this one. Has a similar color, so we can do that, and it's kind of big, so we can go ahead and using the little handles we can reduce the size a little bit. And usually just you hit Control and S to save, close that additional window that opened. And now you can see it's showing down here, but it's not showing very well. Let's try that in the one above it and see if it looks the same. Maybe it looks a little bit different. So let's go back to the layers, find that towel design, folded one. Okay, so I'm in the right one here. Then I open, and okay, I double click on it, And then once I double click on the layer, I do the same thing, create a rectangle. Let's bring in these rectangles, select the gradient tool, the fill tool. In the toolbar, select bitmap, and let's pick I think it was this one, so let's pick this one, and let's make it just a little bit smaller, and let's save, Control S and close it, and it looks a lot better. So let's look at the second one again. Maybe I did something here. Design towel, this is the hanging towel. Okay, let's go find the design towel one. We just did that one. Okay, and then here's this design towel 2. Okay, let's go here and double click on that layer. Okay, so maybe select the gradient tool and maybe just make it a little bit larger, and control S to save and close it. And let's see, still looks a little bit funny, that second one, but the first one looked very good. So let's just go ahead and go over again to that design towel 2, and let's see, I think I'm just gonna change it to a different color. So let's just again double click on it, hide that layer, and let's add a new fill layer. So go to pixel, new fill layer, and it creates a fill layer. Now I want to fill it with a solid color, so I can go ahead and select the color, but I want to go to the colors here in my color wheel and select that yellowy, I think it's just the same one that we selected earlier, and then Control S to save that and close it. So now it matches the hanging. Now let's do the actual wallpaper. So the same process, it's basically just, let's find that layer where it says the wallpaper, design of the wall, then click on the caret so you can see the different layers under that one, and then we'll find the one that says design wall, and then double click on that one. It'll open up, and then I already had added a wallpaper here, but let's do this again. Let's add a rectangle from the rectangle tool that covers all of it, and now I want to go to the gradient tool, and I want to select bitmap, and let's try a different one. Let's do this neutral color, and hit open. It changed the design, and you can make it bigger or you can make it smaller. I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, and let's see, this is the neutral and this is the dark burgundy one. So let's keep the neutral, hide the other one for now. Control S to save and close that layer, and there you go. You have a finished mockup, and of course you can change so many other things in these mockups. They're very flexible, and they have a lot of different things that you can change, all the different colors. Okay, I hope you learned something useful today, and I hope you start using all your Creatsy mockups. Open them in Affinity and create as many mockups as you need. If you have any additional questions, let me know. I'm happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.